A very good morning, everyone. In the last class, we had a brief discussion about the four features of democracy. So let us discuss in detail. The first feature is major decisions are to be taken by elected leaders. So the first feature of democracy is that in a democracy, the major decisions are to be taken by elected leaders. For this, we will refer to the case or the example of Pakistan, and we will discuss about Pakistan in 1999. And for this, there is a reference of Pervez Musharraf's period in Pakistan in 1999. Who was Pervez Musharraf? He was the military commander who seized power, who forcefully took power from the democratic government and declared himself president in October 1999 in Pakistan. After that, he took all the powers in his own hand, and in 2002, he came up with a referendum. Okay, now referendum means an order, and as per the referendum, he increased the powers of president. After that, he conducted elections in in Pakistan for the national and state assemblies. So, can you call Pakistan a democratic government? Specifically, the government under Pervez Musharraf? No, because he was taking all important decisions and he was not elected by people. So, what is the first feature of democracy? The first feature of democracy is that the final decision making power in democracy must rest with those representatives who are elected, and Pervez Musharraf was not elected, so Pakistan under Pervez Musharraf cannot be called a democratic country. So just remember, for remembering the first feature, you have to give the example of Pakistan. Now the second feature. What is the second feature? There should be free and fair electoral competition. In a democracy, there should be a free and fair election. The system of elections should be conducted in free and fair manner. And for this, we have reference of two countries. One is China and another is Mexico. Now in China, we are taking the case of 2002 and 3. Now also there is Communist Party. So in China, the Communist Party was the largest party, and the Chinese parliament, which was known as National People's Congress. The Chinese parliament was known as National People's Congress, and it is also named in Chinese as Quango Ramin Daibyo Dahui. This is the Chinese name, Quango Ramin Daibyo Dahui. If you cannot remember the hard name, you just remember National People's Congress. Okay, so that was the Chinese parliament. There were around 3,000 members in the Chinese parliament, and in 2002 and 3, our reference year is 2002 and 3. So the Chinese Communist Party was the major party which could contest election. Others could not contest election. There were small 8 parties which were allowed, which were the allies of Chinese Communist Party. They were allowed to contest election, but they could not form government. They would be a part of the Chinese Communist Party, but the government was to be formed by the Communist Party. So in China, there is no opposition party. There was no opposition party in 2002 and 3. The only party which was contesting election was the Communist Party. Okay. Now the next example is Mexico. In Mexico, which party was in power? It was PRI. So PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. PRI, P से शुरू हुआ है, लेकिन आपको पढ़ना है I से. Institutional Revolutionary Party. So that was the full form, and here Mexico became independent in 1930, and we are discussing the case of 2000. We are discussing the case of the year 2000. In 2000, PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party, was in power, and in Mexico, other parties could contest election. China में दूसरे पार्टी कंटेस्ट ही नहीं कर सकते थे, बट इन मेक्सिको opposition parties were permitted to contest election, but PRI followed certain dirty tricks which could not give scope to other parties. What were the dirty tricks? Teachers of the government schools were forced to tell parents to vote for PRI. Means the government employees were forced that they should campaign for the PRI. Then media ignored the activities of opposition party. Whatever things the PRI was doing, that was being covered. The good points of PRI was only covered, but opposition parties were totally suppressed, and media even ignored the opposition parties. And such was the situation that at last minute polling booths were shifted without conveying the people. Suppose the party came to know that in a particular area there is opposition against PRI, तो लोगों को बिना बताए वोटिंग के लिए अगर उनको कल जाना है, लोगों को पता है इस स्कूल में इस कॉलेज में वोटिंग होना है, they have to go there to give their vote. तो at last minute the polling booths were shifted and people were not knowing that where the next polling booth was there. So these were the tricks, and again it was spending a huge amount of money in campaigning. So what you came to know from these two examples, China में कोई opposition था ही नहीं, and in Mexico there was opposition, but in reality there was no opposition because PRI was having such dirty tricks that opposition could not take any chance again. So from both the examples we came to know that there were no democracies. Though PRI was an elected government, opposition parties were there, but the tricks it was following, it was not a democratic country. In China, there were no opposition parties, no parties were allowed to contest election, so China was not democratic country. So from these two examples, you should be very clear that in a democracy, there should be free and fair electoral competition. Okay, so I am giving you this clip so that you can make notes. Let us move to the third feature of democracy. The third feature is there should be one person, one vote and one value. So in a democracy, a person should vote once and that vote should have one value. Now the question can be, it's very simple, so there should not be any confusion in it. No, there are certain countries which do not give voting rights properly. So there is the need to mention that in each case of voting, a person should vote, and if a person has given vote means that value of vote would be one only. Now some examples are there. In Saudi Arabia, women were not given political rights, but in 2015 they were being given political rights, but in a book it's not mentioned. So but remember the recent change. In Estonia, voting rights are made in such a way, the rules regarding voting rights have been made in such a way that the Russian minority find it difficult to give vote, or they find it difficult to get voting rights. Now one more example. In Fiji, also the native Fiji has more vote value, and the Indian Fiji कौन है? Those Indians who are residing there in Fiji, their voting value is less. For example, अगर एक फिजी का वोटिंग राइट, एक फिजी पर्सन का नेटिव का वोटिंग राइट 1 है, एक आदमी का एक वोट है, तो अगर इंडियंस वोट देंगे वहां, इंडियन फिजी वहां रहते हैं, तो उसका वैल्यू हाफ होगा. इसका मतलब है each person do not get one voting right, मतलब वोटिंग राइट इक्वल नहीं है. सो दैट इज नॉट ए डेमोक्रेटिक फीचर. तो विच अगर हम वहाँ इलेक्शन भी कंडक्ट करते हैं लेकिन सारे लोगों को इक्वल वोटिंग राइट नहीं देते हैं, देन वी कैन नॉट कॉल इट ए डेमोक्रेसी. आपने इंडिया की पार्लियामेंट की फीचर्स में आपने पढ़ा है, इंडिया गिव्स यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट सफ्रेज, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर एज में आफ्टर 18 ऑल आर एलिजिबल फॉर वोटिंग राइट्स irrespective of gender, irrespective of color, creed, anything. Now the fourth feature, rule of law and respect for rights. In a democracy there should be rule of law. इलेक्शन के बाद रूल ऑफ लॉ फॉलो होना चाहिए, and there should be respect for rights of citizens in a democracy. And for this we are taking the example of Zimbabwe. Okay, we are not going for cricket in Zimbabwe. We are discussing the political situation, and specifically we are discussing the political situation in Zimbabwe. So after 1980, in 1980 it became free from the white minority rule, and after that one particular party was ruling over Zimbabwe, and that party was known as ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF was the political party. It was ruling over Zimbabwe, and the president's name was Robert Mugabe. Don't remember it's Mugabe Khuswa. Okay, there is a film, but Mugabe mat याद रखो. You remember as Mugabe. Mugabe याद भी रखोगे तो लिखोगे Mugabe, M-U-G-A-B-E. He was a very popular leader, but he was taking such policies. He was adopting such policies which were not democratic. Now, which were the policies? Like opposition parties were harassed. हमने पढ़ा था PRI भी opposition party को harass करता था, तो ZANU-PF भी opposition parties को harass करते थे. Protest, public protests were declared illegal. कोई government के खिलाफ protest ही नहीं कर सकता. टीवी, रेडियो, मतलब जितने भी मीडिया है, ऑल हैड गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल. कुछ भी पब्लिश होगा तो गवर्नमेंट की अच्छाई ही पब्लिश होगा. गवर्नमेंट ही अच्छा काम करता है, दैट इज टू बी पब्लिश. इंडिपेंडेंट न्यूज़पेपर्स भी थे, बट दे वर हैरेस्ड. ओके, गवर्नमेंट इवन इग्नोर्ड सम ऑफ द कोर्ट जजमेंट्स. वो कोर्ट की बात भी नहीं मानता था, बट इट वॉज अ वेरी पॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट. रॉबर्ट मुगाबे वॉज वेरी पॉपुलर. सो if an elected government is very popular but it's not following the rule of law and not respecting the rights of citizens, can it be called a democratic country? No. That's why there is a statement in page number 29, last paragraph, that the example of Zimbabwe shows that popular approval of the ruler is necessary in a democracy, but it's not sufficient. पॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट कैन बी अनडेमोक्रेटिक. तो ये स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. हाउ पॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट कैन बी अनडेमोक्रेटिक? सो यू विल गिव दिस एग्जांपल. So we have completed 4 features of democracy. 4 features may come in 4 different ways. So these are 4 separate questions. It can be for 5-mark question maximum. Okay, each one. So 4 features, remember, major decisions are to be taken by elected leaders only, and there should be free and fair election. Then third, 1 person, 1 vote, 1 value, and fourth, rule of law and respect for rights. For first feature, you will remember the example of Pakistan. For second feature, you will remember the example of China and Mexico. For third feature, we have discussed the example of Saudi Arabia, Estonia, and Fiji. And for the fourth feature, we have discussed the example of Zimbabwe. Stay tuned. Thank you.